What's going on, guys? Anthony with Simple Tech Talk here, where I help you get the most out of your Android device. Welcome back to the channel, and I appreciate you spending some time with me here. Today, we're going to be talking about, very briefly, we're going to talk about your app's edge. On my last video, I covered the top 5 things that you should do with your new phone to get familiarized with it and to really have an awesome experience with that. And I really would appreciate it if you check out that video on the little title card right here. If not, if you have seen it already and you want to learn a little bit more, I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit more in depth, because for me personally, the app's edge is, or the edge features itself, has been a real big staple of Samsung's device design overall. And I was blown away by the Note Edge when that first released. And I can't tell you how awesome it seemed to hold that in my hand and play around with that and see what it can do and really just separate itself from everyone else. And then from the S6 on, or the S6 Edge on, I really thought they were just nailing it every time with what you could do with that edge and how you can customize and how you can take advantage of it. And I honestly believe that a lot of people have their negative opinions about it, and they shouldn't, because if you take advantage of the edge, it just makes setting up your phone a little bit more simpler. It adds a unique feel to your device that I see a lot of apps out there that promise to do something similar. But the problem with those apps is you're gonna actually use more battery life or more memory resources on your phone to do those things in the background when it's already designed on the Samsung. So why spend, why download these apps that are gonna possibly hurt your experience? Where I believe on these Samsung devices, they're just doing it inherently and it works. So why try to do something a little extra with it? And on the back end of that, Samsung is also adding more capability with that and the ability to customize that, I would say safely, if you will, through the Galaxy Store, which is basically an app store for Samsung devices, and they're more just, the apps are optimized for your Samsung device, which is really cool. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and kind of go into it really fast. So we talked about on our last video the basic app edge setup, and what I wanted to do is go a little bit deeper than that and kind of explore the app's edge. So we're gonna put the phone up. So we're gonna put the phone up on the edge here, on the side, and going back in, we set it up so I have the blank space there, and I have some of my edge, my app set up in the edge. And if you swipe over, I have my top 10 people here, my people edge. If you touch on these guys, you can actually hit the home, the phone call or the text button. You can do those things without having to worry about scrolling through your contacts list or your favorites list. You already have your top 10 right there, which is really sweet. Another thing you can do, I've added a few things here. So tap here to add favorite items. This is really cool. And I'll take a step back. We'll go right into the settings. What I did was I went into the top 3 buttons and I went to the Galaxy Store. And I usually start off at the free section. And I kind of scrolled through and I found a few apps on the edge that were really cool. So I went into the settings panel. This is actually really cool. So if I go over, we go into the settings panel and we can add favorite settings, very similar to our quick toggles, but we're gonna have additional settings. So certain ones will make sense, some of them won't, because again, this is like a universal thing, like LED indicator. The S10 series phones don't have LEDs, so you don't have to worry about that. But easy screen turn on, certain things like that. Smart stay, where it understands that you're looking at it, so it'll stay on. One-handed mode, where it'll shrink the screen. So you can kind of go through some of these settings if you want, but those aren't my biggest recommendations. My best recommendations are, let's see if we can find. So NBA, I'm a big basketball guy. So the NBA panel, we can add that right there. We can start putting in our favorite teams and getting updates on our favorite teams right away. If you've been watching my videos, you would know by my hats what's my favorite team. Oops. So if we go into setting up our edge again and go into the Galaxy Store, we can really start exploring some really cool things like weather. One of my fun things is going into Galaxy Store, top free, and I searched this one where I searched the calculator. Now this is a cool one. Search the calculator app. We're gonna open it up, and there it is. It's added to our panel, and now we have a calculator right on the edge. I love having the calculator right on my edge. I don't have to worry about, you know, messing around looking for a calculator if I'm sitting there at dinner trying to figure out the tip or something like that. I literally can just put it in there and get my addition, get my multiplications done real fast. It's just one of those things that it just offers another level of convenience that I don't find in other Android devices when we start talking about what are the differences between, you know, a OnePlus or a Samsung. Like, there are so many hardware things, but software wise, I feel like there's just a bit more to offer on a Samsung device. You know, you get a lot of more bang for your buck on a Samsung, and that's kind of why I stick with these guys. They just never disappoint. On the bottom here, you'll see I have an app called Good Lock. If you want to venture out and try that on your own, you can. I definitely plan on making a video more about Good Lock and how to personalize your phone even further to really step up your game and really show you what these guys can do. But I just wanted to touch on some of these edge features where you're going to be able to take advantage of this stuff and really see the power behind a Samsung device. So there goes my NBA one. Oh, and another one was direct call. So we're going to add that. So direct call goes right into your contacts list, and you can hit a direct call button. So maybe they're not your top 10, maybe they're your local Chinese restaurant, right? Maybe they're your local pizzeria, something like that. Maybe it's your boss, right? You don't text message your boss typically. You should be calling your boss. You want to be a professional, right? You could put that on there and have those as direct calls on top of the additional 10 favorites you already have. Makes it nice and faster, again, nice and smoother. You don't have to constantly scroll through, and that's what it's all about. It's really just trying to set up a couple of things here and there on the edge that really help you take advantage of what the phone can do. Again, I'm not one of those guys who likes to overdo it. I like to set and forget. And these are one of the things that I would set and forget. And what's really cool is it will transfer over to your next Samsung device when you upgrade using the Samsung Smart Switch and getting everything going for you. So, you know, really cool things here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the information that I was laying out for you today. Again, I didn't want to take up too much time. I just wanted to show you guys some more features about the app's edge without extending my previous video too long. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Peace. Alright guys, thank you very much for spending your time with me on the channel. Any questions you have or any advice you need, please don't forget to put them in the comments below or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. And you never know, your question might be answered in the form of a featured video here on the channel. So if you like my content, subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you can be notified when I put up a new video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.